As if Real Madrid don't have enough players, now they want Chelsea Football Club's Enzo Fernandez. Enzo Fernandez to Real Madrid, the links aren't dying, so we have to talk about it. Alvarez yesterday double kicked the ball for a penalty. It was ruled out, the penalty wasn't retaken, and Real Madrid are through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. That's not a shock, they're always through. But we need to talk about the controversy. Furthermore, there is interesting quotes from Levi Colwill where he basically confirms to the world he loves Enzo Maresca, and we're going to take a deep dive into what he said, why he said it, and what he actually meant by it. And finally, Chelsea Football Club have been listening. They are making changes in the Stamford Bridge faithful to make it a more better atmosphere, and this one little change I think could be a catalyst to making a raucous atmosphere. But before we get started, firstly, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. We are super close to 40,000. We're 650 people away, so hit that like button so we can do it before April. Secondly, if you're a regular watcher or if you're new, 1,000 likes go a massive way. It tells everybody in that YouTube world, in the algorithm, the Kavkas View is a place of football, good content and reliable information. So come through, please hit that like button and let's get started. I want to start with the Real Madrid double hit. So Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid played yesterday and the game was very interesting. In my opinion, the first leg was a classic. I genuinely enjoyed every minute of it. The second leg was a bore. Conor Gallagher, Chelsea's former Conor Gallagher, got a tap in and all of a sudden it's 1-0 and I'm like, hey, they are at the Metropolitano, if I'm not mistaken. They are going to attack Real Madrid and they're going to put Real Madrid to the sword because Real Madrid looked shaky. Well, that didn't happen. The game was 50-50 because Atletico sat down and they said, listen, you can keep the ball, you're not coming past us, and it was a bore fest. It got to the penalty shootout and then controversy sparked. Look, a lot of people always have conspiracy theories. There's always a joke, oh, Don Perez picked up his phone, made the call, and decisions went in Real Madrid's favour. But Alvarez steps up, the former Manchester City player, takes a penalty, and it's a double hit. You know them ones where his leg slipped, and he kicked the ball, hit his foot, and it went flying into the roof of the net. It nestled into the net. However, I didn't notice it at first. I don't think anybody watching said, that's a double hit. Everyone's reaction was like, hey, he slipped, he's lucky. Even Steve McMahon on the BT network said that. Yet, what happened? He walks away, the commentators start losing it. Oh my God, VAR's intervening, it's a double hit. No retake. That, for me, is wild. This is the last 16 of the Champions League. This is a huge, momentous occasion. And for a decision of that magnitude to be made, I thought it was wild. I even said, I want Real Madrid to lose this game. But then, after the event, you know, you take a step back and you think about it. If a keeper comes off his line, what happened? And makes the save. Penalty won't be retaken if I'm sure, right? I don't think the penalty will be retaken in a penalty shootout. In a normal game, it will be retaken if the save is made. If it's not, and it's a goal, it'll count. But in a penalty shootout, the goal gets given. So why would a double hit not be given? Do you know what I mean? Alvarez definitely slipped. And he was unlucky, and it was a double hit. People are saying VAR shouldn't get involved. I think they should. I think in a situation like this, if you have VAR and you're going for the forensic analysis, right? You're going for every little decision has to be correct by the letter of the law. This has to be, ruled out. Because what Alvarez done is against the rule. We can't pick and choose where we include VAR. That's where the problems will start arising. However, one thing I am going to say, Vasquez missed. And then Llorente missed his penalty, he hit the crossbar. So they would have lost anyway, if you think about it logically, right? When Vasquez missed, they went all tied. And Llorente missed the penalty. However, I do agree with people. Games change based on the little moments, especially in penalty shootouts. It is a real shame, but I think the better team went through. The way Atletico Madrid play, it makes me sick. I hate watching football of that magnitude. I would understand it if you're a smaller team, and I would understand it if you're a team that doesn't have the resources. They spent 185 million last summer. They've got talent in that squad, and they play as if they're Everton. It is absolutely disgusting. I don't like to watch it. I think Simeone gets a lot of credit for a style that I don't think is out of this world. I think it's horrible to watch, but that's just my personal opinion. In the comments below, let me know. Do you like Simeone style? And would you want Simeone style at your club? And tell me what club you support. Furthermore, let's carry on with the rest of the news. The next story I want to talk about is Enzo Fernandez once again being linked with Real Madrid. Look, when Chelsea signed Enzo Fernandez, I was one of the people that said this guy is unreal. Like, I look at him, I see talent. I look at him, I see superstardom. I look at him, one day I could see him in a Real Madrid kit. Genuine opinion. Like, for me, when we signed him, the transfer fee, the way he played at Benfica, him coming across, he just looked like a Galactico one day. What has happened since? His reputation, in my opinion, has taken a hit. People have started underrating him. However, in the last six months, Enzo Fernandez has started reaching those levels again, where he's performing well even when the team plays badly. His numbers are up there. His statistics are up there. Overall, Enzo Fernandez's package of Enzo Fernandez isn't getting destroyed. And what has happened is the Real Madrid links are back. So there is journalists coming out now and saying, look, Chelsea have no interest in selling Enzo Fernandez. He is going to be part of Chelsea's future. What I'm going to say is, not going to be popular. I think Enzo Fernandez will be part of Chelsea's future as long as Enzo Fernandez wants to. A lot of people are going to say, what do you mean he's got an 8-year contract? He can't leave. He'll force his way out the club. He'll kick up a fuss and he will force the club's hand. And we have an ownership. If the bid is right, they will come and to the terms to sell him. So the reality is every player in the world has their price. Enzo Fernandez is no different. And if the player wants to go and makes up a bigger enough of a fuss, he'll go. However, what can Chelsea do to keep him? Because I think that's what's pivotal. You need to make sure you make the Champions League. You need to make sure you're winning trophies. You need to make sure he feels comfortable and in love with the city and the club. Once he does that, if he feels important, he's going to be here for a long time. However, the day will come where Enzo Fernandez will move on. The way Eden Hazard did, the way Thibaut Courtois did, and we have to accept that. People are going to say, no, only small clubs lose their players. Real Madrid is the club. When they want somebody, when they pick up that phone, when Perez picks it up, the players leave. It's the sad reality. Unless it's a local boy, unless it's someone that blew through and through, that came up supporting the club as a kid, it's very difficult to maintain what players at one club, especially the way football is developed now. It's more like the NBA. Players move more frequently, and players move to big clubs. And if we aren't winning, we aren't a big club at Chelsea Football Club. We need to start winning trophies, and that way we can keep our best players. When it came to Levi Colwill, I did a video on him the other day. I gave detailed analysis of what I think is wrong when it comes to the judgment of the player. I'll include a link at the end of the video and in the pinned comment. You can go check it out yourself. However, what did he say in the press conference that was very interesting? Firstly, he said he loves Enzo Maresca. He said he's a great manager. He's very happy to play for him. He sees the football the same way as Levi does. Great news. Very good words from a 22-year-old that has signed a long-term deal at Chelsea Football Club. The manager and him are on the same books. Excellent. The second thing he said is he was very complimentary of the way that Enzo prepares the team. He said when we're good, all those patterns of play, making it easier for us to do stuff because we're good players. It's a matter of giving us advice and giving us a structure. It all comes from what? It comes from the fact that Enzo Maresca is a genius. He sees football in a way that others don't. He prepares a certain style. And for me, this is very evident. This is very evident in the way he coaches. Sometimes I think he overcoaches. I think sometimes he's so obsessed with the way that everything has to be. He takes the creativity out of players. He takes the creativity and freedom out of players. But that's just modern day management. We see it with Mikel Arteta. We see it with Pep Guardiola. We see it with Inzaghi at Inter Milan. People think Inzaghi is not obsessive over tactics. I went to Inter Milan, AC Milan at the San Siro. When I tell you, I thought Conceição was the crazy manager. No, it was Inzaghi. When they lost the ball, he was nuts. He was directing where everyone should stand. He was like the orchestra, you know, the composer for the orchestra. His hands were moving. He's running up and down. I'm telling you, he got in at least 15,000 steps. His Apple Watch was saying, you hit your target for the day, big man. Go sit down. The move ring's closed. But it is what it is. For me, I think it's so nice to hear players come out and speak about Enzo Maresca because the way the fan base speaks about him, you think we have a bum of a manager. I keep hearing championship manager. I keep thinking he's useless. That's what people tell me. But I really like to hear Enzo Fernandez, Moises Caicedo, Cole Palmer and Levi Colwill all come out with such popular things and nice things about their manager. It's refreshing. I said the other day, and I got a lot of backlash for it, I think we have bandwagon fans at Stamford Bridge. I think when things are good, they're singing, they're happy. When things are bad, they add to the nerves. The expectation throughout the years has been we win, right? So sometimes, I remember when we had Jose Mourinho, I think we were top of the league, and Jose said, it's too quiet. We need more. He called out the fans. The fans didn't like it then, so you can only imagine how they didn't like it when Enzo Maresca did it. So the reality is, we took one step into the right direction. The Shed End apparently have decided that 120 fans would move seats to form a little singing area. For me, this is a great idea. What I think will happen is that area will sing. There'll be 120 people. Those 120 people collectively together will create an atmosphere. They create the atmosphere, it'll start being contagious. It'll start, people will start singing along. 150 will become 500, 500 will become 1,000, and on good days, there'll be 3,000-4,000 people singing. Yes, on Champions League nights, the atmospheres at the Bridge are crazy. Night games at the Bridge are always amazing, I love it. 3 o'clock games, 12 o'clock games, they're not the best atmosphere. They're not, they're quiet. It's nervy, people are waiting for something to happen rather than encourage the players. And I think what the Shed have done, bravo. Every single one of them deserves praise, whoever was involved in this decision. The club deserves praise as well, but I think more so the fans. I think this came from the fans themselves. And for me, hopefully one day we have a singing stand. If we have a singing stand, it will create an overall atmosphere that is intimidating. And it will mask out the tourist fans that come for the experience. Come not to support Chelsea because they support Chelsea. They're coming because it's a fun thing to do in London. Do you know what I mean? So for me, stuff like that is what are positives, and I'll always call it out, and I love to hear it. But it is what it is. Yo, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, let me know your thoughts. And the Copenhagen game, I might not make a review tonight, but it will be out tomorrow for the preview for the Arsenal game. So let me know your thoughts. You guys, in the comments below, let me know, do you want a review for the Copenhagen game tonight, straight after the game? If yes, let me know. If not, go check out Levi Colwill's news, and have a lovely day. Bye.